Hello and welcome to CKE 10,000 Ones Gaming Channel. In this video, we'll be looking at my Sakura Rider Japanese deck profile for 2016. This was before Heaven's Feel set was released. So this deck runs 18 level 0s, 14 level 1s, 2 level 2s, 8 level 3s, and 8 climax cards. The first card we're going to take a look at is Jewel Magic Rin. It's essentially a 004K beater. Its condition is if you have one or less other characters, this will get 1500 power at 4 copies. Then we're running 3 copies of Apprentice Mage Waver. It has 2 effects. First effect is when the card is placed on stage from your hand, you may pay 2. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 card named Command Seal, reveal to your opponent, put your hand, shuffle your deck. So the Command Seal is the level 2 event card over there. I don't really use it for the first effect. I only usually use it for the second effect to maintain hand size or field presence, which is the bond to opposing Majestic Rider by taking a hit. And that's the rider that you bond to, the 1/1. So that's the second effect. And next up, I am running 4 copies of Daily Symbol Sakura. Let me try to focus in on that a bit. Its effect is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can discard a card. If you do, look at up to 4 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 green character from among them, reveal it to your own hand, and put the rest into your waiting room. So it's like a Winter Moments card for Sakura. So that 4 copies. Then I'm running 4 copies of a Fate Hollow Ataraxia Extra Pack card. The card is called Stethano and Uriel. If you have another Stethano or Uriel, all your characters with Rider in his card name gets 1k power. All your other characters with Rider in his card name has the following ability. This card cannot be reversed by opponent's auto effects. This card cannot side attack. So it's a nice booster for the Rider deck. And then I'm running Dedicated Junior Sakura Brainstormer. Has 2 effects. The first is when a climax is placed on a climax area, choose one of your characters, and that character has 1000 power until end of turn. Second is activate Brainstorm, pay 1, rest 2, reveal 4 cards from the top of your deck, put them into your room. For each climax, you can choose a card in your clock, return it to your hand, and then take a hit back. And then my other level, now we're at level 1, so I'm running 2 copies of Bewitching Beauty Rider. When this card attacks, if a card named Bounded Fields is in your climax area, you can put another character from the stage into your waiting room. If you do, choose a card in your clock, return it to your hand. And I'm running 2 Sakura backups. They're just 1500 backups and 2 copies. Running 2 copies of Noble Phantasm Unleashed. It's the event card. If the number of green characters you have is 2 or less, this card cannot be played from your hand. You put all your opponent's stock into your opponent's waiting room, and then your opponent puts the same number of cards from the top of their deck back into their stock. So it's kind of stock decompression. And I'm running 4 copies of Cold and Ruthless Rider. It's a 106k. This card cannot side attack as the downside, but you can use it as your beater card. And then we have 4 copies of Majestic Imposing and Majestic Rider. 4 copies, which is the card you bond to. I have 2 alternate arts, one from the trial deck and one from the booster pack. Then the event card Command Seal is a 2/1 event. You can choose one of your servant characters, and that character has 4500 power for the turn. And then we have an early play Rider, Battle Mode Rider. If the number of green characters you have is 4 or more, this gets -1 level, and when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can heal 1 damage. And then our last level 3 card is King of Military Rule Rider. This first effect is continuous. This card gets 500 power for each of your opponent's rested characters. Second effect is during the turn that this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can pay 1. When this card's battle opponent with reverse, if you do, put that character in opponent's clock. Third is auto. At the beginning of your Encore step, you may pay 2. If you do, choose another of your characters and this card and put them into your memory. And at the beginning of your next draw phase, put those characters from your memory onto separate positions of your stage. And then the last 8 cards for the deck are the climaxes. We're running 4 copies of the Bounded Field Gold Bar climax, which is for your level 1 combo, and then 4 copies of Dancing After School, which is just a green stock charge for the deck. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Check EncoreDecks.com and the link in the description below for an overview of this deck profile.